love and light, guys. What's going on? It's your girl Crystal, the Raw Spiritual Guru, coming your way, and I'm coming through with a spiritual talk today. I'm taping this around the full moon, okay? And it's the full moon is actually on November 8th, which is tomorrow. But tonight, you can utilize the full moon energy the day before the full moon, the day of, and the day after. Okay, so if you don't know, the full moon is a very powerful tool, right? You could do a lot of manifestation and meditation magic during this beautiful time. So before I get into the video, please make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe and join the tribe, you dig? And yeah, if you don't know, I'm a metaphysical shop owner where you can find your handmade copper and crystal jewels and spiritual tools, you dig? And one of the tools that we're going to be talking about is ancestor money. Okay, so with a full moon energy, okay, one tool that I like to use during the full moon is ancestor money. Now I don't personally make the ancestor money. I do source it from another, but I did buy a couple different types of ancestor money, and I do have a little package of them combined on my website, so check that out. And also I put ancestor money in my ancestor altar kit, so if you have yet to see that video, I'm gonna put the link below. Ancestor altar, like how you would set up your ancestor altar if that is something that you wanted to do to honor your ancestors. And yeah, so we're going to talk about ancestor money for this video, okay? So there's a bunch of different tools you can utilize, and this is just going to be part one. I have a couple other tips and tricks that I could give to you guys, but that's going to be in a later video. This video, we're going to be talking about the power of ancestor money, right? So I'm all about ancient Egypt, Kemet. That's my vibe. You don't necessarily have to use ancestor money with the ancient deities. They do have different other type of ancestor money. You can buy some that is true to yourself, or you could just burn a dollar bill. You dig? So this one, it says on it right here, this note is for my ancestors, known and unknown, to have an afterlife full of wealth and abundance. So mote it be. And then on the back it says, this note is for my ancestors, known and unknown, to eliminate and pay off all karmic debt. So it is. So you could choose whichever one you want to say. If you want to say both of them, you could say it. If you want to say one or the other, you could say it. When I utilize the ancestor money during the full moon, I do it during the full moon as well as during the new moon. You can utilize ancestor money at any time. So if you was to purchase my altar kit and you wanted to start honoring your ancestors, and explains how you would set up your altar kit, which you need, I'll give you the basic tools for your altar kit, and you'll bring your personals. But if you wanted to do it like choose a day of your choice to honor your ancestors. You could choose Sunday, you could choose whatever day would be best for you to choose to honor your ancestors. You could burn it on that day. So it's no real time that you should use the ancestor money, but I feel as though the most powerful times is the full moon and the new moon. The full moon is to release, and the new moon is to bring in new energy, right? So with the power of Mother Moon, I always like to give thanks to my ancestors to help me in my life for what they already have presented in my life. So with the full moon, thank you, ancestors, for releasing all things that did not serve my greatest good. Thank you for guiding and aiding me in that quest. You dig? So of course, I want to give you a gift as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn this note in honor of you. And before I burn it, I usually say this one. This note is for my ancestors, known and unknown, to have an afterlife full of wealth and abundance. So mote it be. And I'll say it 3 times. The power of 3. So the number 3 is just very magical, especially in the spiritual realm. And I always just recite it 3 times. And then after I recite it, I'll burn it. And I'll burn it in either a cauldron, or if you have a bowl, like a ceramic bowl, a fireproof bowl of some kind, you could burn it in that. I personally burn it in a cauldron. And if you're outside, if you're able to be outside and there's no grass or anything is going to get on fire, you know, you could burn it outside and allow it to, the ashes to float with the wind and be one with earth, right? So it just depends on how you want to burn it, but I basically burn it in a cauldron. And what I'll do is I'll keep the cauldron ashes with the ancestor money until it's full enough for me to release it to the earth. So if you wanted to, if you keep it in a bowl, or if you get a cauldron, whatever the case may be, you can dump it right after you're done, or just keep it on your personal space, your altar, for 24 hours, and then dump it in the earth whenever you're done. And I like for it to be a windy day, so I'll just gradually dump the ashes and allow the wind to blow them wherever they go, right? But I usually like if it get too full before the end of the new cycle, which would be December into January, then I'll dump it then, okay? But you can keep it as long as you need to keep it, or you could dump it right away, right? Because you already are giving your ancestors this offering. So let's talk a little bit more about it. So I feel as though the importance of ancestor money is to truly just acknowledge the ancestors from like a past life. I'm acknowledging my ancestors. I'm acknowledging the fact that you did exist and I have your blood running through me. I'm acknowledging the pain that you may have suffered, as well as any debts that you may have left behind, any wrongdoings, any ill wills that may have plagued me or anyone in the family currently. So this is helping to release any of those quote unquote issues, curses, family issues, you know, things that be passed on from bloodlines. This is helping with any karma that is lingering from people that was here before us. So I feel like ancestor money is a great tool to have. If you have never utilized it, you need to utilize it. Hit my shop up, guys. I have a couple different notes. Like, I believe in angel numbers, so if you see certain angel numbers often, then you could get the ancestor money for that. Like, I see all ones all the time. I see threes all the time. I see 12 all the time, you know, like, so certain numbers you might see often, right? And with that, I just utilize certain angel numbers in general. If I see it often, then, you know, I'm like, all right, well, look, it says 1,122. Okay, so I'm giving y'all that much money. You can think about it however you like to think about it. But at the end of the day, like, when it comes to like honoring your tribe, honoring your bloodline, and relieving any type of karmic debt that could still be hindering you in this lifetime, that might be preventing opportunities from coming your way, or like a lot of negativity always happening to you. It could be that from your ancestors that's passed on to you. So ancestor money is a great tool to utilize, I believe, especially during the full moon and new moon cycles, okay? So like I said, this is part 1, and catch me part 2 when I talk about another tool to use for the full moon cycle, okay? So I'm gonna leave this video right here. I thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any other questions as well, or if you have comments, or if you want to leave some tips and tricks for others with using ancestor money, please comment below. Let's share, like this video, and make sure you subscribe and join the tribe. All right, guys, until next time, peace and love. Mwah.